Hola a todos. Hoy continuaremos aprendiendo con trabalenguas en español. Hi everybody, today we will continue learning with Spanish tongue twisters. Hoy veremos otro nuevo trabalenguas. Será un trabalenguas bien sencillo, que no tenga dificultades y que tampoco tendrá la R, ¿verdad? La R española, que es tan difícil. Today we will learn a new tongue twister that is not very difficult actually. It doesn't have the R, the R that is so hard in Spanish for English speakers. But this is also going to be a great opportunity to learn new vocabulary, to review some grammar little by little as we learn new tongue twisters, and practice our pronunciation and loosen our tongue as well, right? So we can actually speak in a more fluent way and also practice our hearing. Así que este trabalenguas nos va a dar la oportunidad para ir practicando, aprendiendo nuevo vocabulario, reviendo reglas de gramática que hayamos ya aprendido y practicando la pronunciación para también soltar un poco la lengua y tener la facilidad de pronunciar palabras cuando tengamos que usarlas, y también practicar nuestro oído, ¿verdad? La parte auditiva. So let's begin seeing which are the words, or which is the vocabulary that we will use today. Comencemos entonces viendo cuál será el vocabulario que aprenderemos o que utilizaremos hoy. Paco es un nombre propio español. Paco is a Spanish given name, right? So Paco is written with capital. Paco se escribe con mayúscula. Guarda. Guarda viene del verbo guardar. Guardar significa to keep. To keep. Guardar, don't get confused with the Italian verb guardare. Guardare, that means to take care, to watch out, okay? So in Spanish, guardar means to keep. Las is a plural, feminine plural article for the, right? The. Pocas means few. Few, okay? Pocas. Remember, it is countable because it has an S. If it were uncountable, it would be poca, right? For feminine, and poco for masculine, but it is countable, so it has an S. And copas. Copas is the plural for copa. Copa is a glass, a drinking glass. But it's not the glass for water. It is the other glass, the one that has the foot, right? The kind of the glass we use for drinking champagne, the wine glass, right? A chalice as well, yes? So that kind of glass is the one we call copa in Spanish. The other glass, the regular cylindrical glass for drinking water or whiskey, that one we call vaso. Vaso, okay? Vaso. Don't confuse with don't think it means vase. The Spanish word for vase is florero. Florero, okay? Vaso means a glass. And copa is the glass used for wine, for champagne, chalice type of glass, okay? And copa can actually be made of glass, can be made of metal, or whatever, right? Que means that, okay? The other que, that means what. What is the que that has a tilde. Que, with a tilde here on top of the i. This que without the tilde means that. Poco a poco es una expresión española. Poco a poco is a Spanish expression that means little by little. Poco a poco. Pepe is a given name. Pepe es un nombre propio español. Actually, it's not a given name. Actually, it is an abbreviation, right? Es un sobrenombre, actually. Okay. So, sacó comes from the verb sacar. And this is a verb that has many different meanings. Sacar can be to take out, to remove, to take off, can be to serve. For example, sacar, this verb we use it in tennis or in sports when we to serve, okay, to serve. That is sacar in Spanish, okay? Sacar is also to take off your clothes. Me voy a sacar la ropa. Me voy a sacar la camiseta, okay? That is sacar. But sacar is also to take out, right? So I will take out a pen from the box. Voy a sacar una lapicera de la caja, okay? And it has some other few meanings as well. So in this particular case, sacó means took out, okay? This is a simple past tense. Sacó, took out. Sacó en este caso significa take out or took out. I want to tell you one more thing about Pepe. Pepe is a very, very, very common name in all Spanish-speaking countries. Pepe. However, it's not actually a given name by itself. Pepe is the way that you call all the people that are called José. José. So when somebody is called José, he can also be called Pepe, right? Same as, for example, in English, as Nicholas is called Nick, right? Or, I don't know, Anthony is Tony, right? So, José is Pepe. Where does that word come from? Actually, it comes from the times of the first Christians, you know, when the Christians were chased and persecuted by the Romans, and whenever they wanted to refer to Joseph or José, the father of Jesus Christ, and they had to speak in codes, you know. So, since José was the pater putative of Jesus Christ, right, the putative father, to refer to him, they used P from pater putative, right, in Latin. So in Spanish, PP, you say Pepe, right? Letra P, letra P. So, for centuries, all those that are called José, they are also called Pepe. Pepe, okay? That's why you can find Pepe in all the Spanish-speaking countries. Somebody is called Pepe, right? What that means that he's actually called José. Okay, let's begin to read our Spanish tongue twister. Vamos a comenzar a leer nuestro trabalenguas en español. Y empezaremos a leerlo despacio y luego, poco a poco, lo iremos leyendo más rápido. So we'll begin reading it slowly, and little by little we'll read it a bit faster. Paco guarda las pocas copas que poco a poco Pepe sacó. So this means Paco keeps the few glasses that little by little Pepe took out, okay? Paco guarda las pocas copas que poco a poco Pepe sacó. Paco guarda las pocas copas que poco a poco Pepe sacó. Okay, let's see again. Paco guarda las pocas copas que poco a poco Pepe sacó. So, if you practice, right, trying to read this slowly and each time faster, you start becoming more fluent little by little in Spanish. Okay, so I really encourage you to practice with some of our tongue twisters, and therefore I will start teaching you little by little some new tongue twisters each time, okay? La razón por la que les voy a seguir enseñando esto es porque creo que va a ser muy útil para que ustedes vayan aprendiendo a pronunciar y a soltarse con la conversación y la pronunciación del español. Así continuaremos de a poco aprendiendo nuevos trabalenguas. Eso es todo por hoy. Terminamos nuestra clase. We finished our lesson. Y gracias por mirar y espero verlos en la clase que viene. Chao.